Hello, it's Mark. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Today we have another whiskey review, and today we have a Lowland Scotch. This is from Bladnoch. I've done a couple of Bladnochs before. They're okay. I love their packaging though. This is heavy duty bottle. I mean, that could knock somebody out, or if I dropped it on my tile floor, it'd probably chip the tile. So let me go ahead and open her up and So, what else can I tell you? It's a Lowland single malt Scotch. There's only about 6 Lowland Scotches out there. They were founded in 1871 when it was actually legal to distill in the Lowlands at the time. And they closed during World War II, but continued to produce malt until 1949. And then they closed for about 8 years after that. And so, what else can I tell you? They suffered several closures over time, and new ownership took over in 2015, and actually an Australian, David Pryor. They resumed production, and they have 2 wash stills and 2 spirit stills. Their core line is a 10, a 15, the Adela, the 17, and the Samsara. So I'm not sure this is, and the Talia, which is a 25-year-old. This is no age statement, no non-chill filtration. They don't ever chill filter or add color, so it's all natural. But I don't know if this is part of the core line. It says Classic Collection. It's 46.7% ABV. So I'm not, to my knowledge, this isn't part of the core line, but I could be wrong. So they also produce a blend that they have out there, and their master distiller was formerly the distiller at McAllen, and they mostly use American oak sherry casks. So Vinaya, which I guess that's how you say that, Vinaya. It's a Sanskrit word meaning respect and gratitude. It's matured in first fill bourbon and a combination of first fill bourbon and first fill sherry. It's priced around $55. So, okay, that's pretty much everything I can tell you about it. Let's go ahead and show it to you in the bottle. You can kind of see it. There is the label, the color. Okay, here it is in the glass. Nice color. It is natural. So we'll go ahead and read this to you. Sherry and bourbon whiskey barreled matured. Vinaya or Vinaya, aged in ex-sherry and bourbon casks. Homage to the foundations laid down by past generations, as we now lead Bladnoch into the future, showing notes of sweet floral grass and fresh green apples in every sip. Tribute to rare Lowland single malt whiskey. In Galloway, a collection of bluestone buildings sits perched on the River Bladnoch, dating back to 1817. Bladnoch is one of the oldest single malt Scotch whiskey distilleries, with a rich history spanning more than 2 centuries. Bladnoch is still in flow. Nothing there. That's the same thing that's on the side of the boxes. So that's it. Let's just get right into the nose. We can hopefully make this one a short one. Okay, it definitely apple, but like not so much sweet apples, like almost unripe apples. Or like we used to have an apple tree in my yard, and it was the smaller apples, and they were never really good. We never really ate them. Reminds me of that. So kind of like a sour apple. Definitely not a sweet apple. I do get some oak in there, almost toasted kind of nose. Does smell sweet, caramel, oak for sure. honey. Okay, that's really, it smells peppery. There is a grassy note in there, but it's kind of in the back. It's the sour, bitter apple up front. All right. Sweet. Caramel. Chocolate. Malty. Very malty. Some peppery. A little bit of pepper. I don't get the apple now. Chocolate. Chocolate on the finish. So, this is actually not bad for $55. And yeah, let me see what else I get on the nose. I am kind of getting the malty note to this. The fruit, the apples are gone. Now it's more apricots, raisins. Still sweet. Honey, vanilla, oak. Changed quite a bit. Of course, it's the first drink of the day, so palate wasn't used to it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Malty in the front. Caramel. Chocolate. It finishes with this, with a peppery note. Pepper and chocolate on the finish. But up front, it's sweet. I want to say just kind of malt and chocolate, caramel, fruity. Again, more like apricots. Now, okay, interesting. I'm going to say that's probably the best Bladnoch I've had, because I don't think I cared for the other two. And at $55, I would, if you're going to have a Lowland, this might be it. So we'll go with 7. All right, give it a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.